9 races to look forward to in the Eastern Cape on Friday, one of them being a feature. It's going to be a lovely card. I'm joining GREEFF, and we're going to hear a bit more about the Halo stable runners that will be stepping out. In race 1, the yards start with the 2 runners, Augusta Rossa and Olive Oil. Now, Augusta Rossa made her debut last time out. It was a good one, finishing second behind the form horse that day. Olive Oil had lined up in the same race. She had a run of experience and showed improvement to finish in third.
Morning, Nadine. Yeah, Augusta Rossa, Olive Oil, both ran the same race last time. Augusta Rossa ran a really nice race. She looked dangerous, and then, just the inexperience got to her that day, and I expect the improvement. Olive Oil is coming along nicely. Once again, I've got to remind you, she's only got one eye, and each run is better than the next. She's gaining confidence. She's a very nice filly, and once she gains her confidence and is quite happy with her surrounds, and she's a filly to keep an eye on.
I must say, I was struck, and Neil as well, by her athleticism last time out. She is a beautiful filly, Olive Oil. In race 2, we will see 2 runners. East Coast, well, he's a little bit in and out, but on his best performance, he can definitely earn. Now, on the other hand, Global Ali, he's as honest as they come. He's always thereabouts, and I do think we'll see him in the money.
Yeah, East Coast, he's touch and go, and depends on what type of mood he arrives at the racecourse. He's got the ability, but he's a little bit temperamental when it comes to being consistent. Global Ally in the other side is a very consistent horse, and always gives off his best. Ran a cracking race last time, and is definitely very competitive in this field.
4 runners in race 3. Lady Silvano, well, she was in total control winning last time out. She's in good form, and a lot does suggest that she can follow up here. She'll be joined by Gideon's Daughter. She's been a little bit hot and cold of late, but she's definitely got the ability to upset if putting her best foot forward. Woodland Glade is new to the yard and will be having her very first start, and joining them will be Essential. Now, I do think this is the perfect race for her. She comes in very, very well weighted, and she will appreciate the step up and trip. Ellen, she's got to have a decent winning chance.
Yeah, Essential is definitely the dark horse, if you want to call it that. She's been carrying 58, 59 in her last race as the conditions plate, and she's dropped down all the way to 52. She's quite badly handicapped as far as ratings go as a 2-time winner. So she's definitely got a chance. Woodland Glade having her first run here in the Eastern Cape and settled in all well. Gideon's Daughter, you can write off that last race, was over 2,700 metres, was just a tad too far for her. But we did try, and didn't work out, so we're back to her usual distances of 18 and 2,000. And then Lady Silvano, definitely consistent, and won really well last time. Definitely a huge runner.
Now, in all 4 of the next races, the yard is going to step out new runners, which is always good to see. Always great to have new blood in the yard. And first up in race 4 will be Heemstede. Now, he relocates from the Western Cape, where he was running in fair form.
Yeah, Heemstede is doing well, and I think on his current form, he's definitely a horse to include in your bets.
Moving to race 5, Golden Grey steps up for the first time, and he was never far back in the Western Cape maiden ranks.
Never far back, nice little horse, and left the blinkers on, added the tongue tie, galloped pretty well on the poly track, and if he brings that gallop to the races, he's a type of horse that should be right in the firing line.
Moving to race 6, the next new horse, Final Try, well, he relocates from the Highveld, and the main query here will be how Alan expects him to run off a very lengthy layoff.
Yeah, he's been off for a while, Nades. I'm quite happy with his well-being. He's shown some nice work at home, and he's a horse that you can't leave out, but he has had a break.
Moving to race 7, here Golden Peace, another newcomer. He's from KwaZulu-Natal, and bar his last, he actually had some really competitive form, and he's another where the query will be the expectation of a 4.5-month break.
Yeah, Golden Peace, I'm happy with him. He's working really, really well, and his type of horse, I think, also has a good shot, especially on his work at home. He's had one gallop, happy with his work at home, and I think we've got one horse to beat at the bottom of the weights, but I think if he brings his work, he's going to be right there.
Very exciting to hear from the new horse. The yard will be well represented by the 5 runners in race 8, which is the listed feature of the afternoon, the East Cape Nursery for the 2-year-olds. King Prawn, Now, he left the maidens well over course and distance last time out with a good finish. Racing alongside will be Arabian Blue. I'm sure she's better than her last. It was, I'm sure, a little bit disappointing. Direct Hit, now she races off a scintillating victory in the Western Cape last time out. She won the nursery there. It was a stellar performance and really proved herself to be a cut above. Hot Sauce, she's had one run, one win. She really could be anything. It was an impressive maiden win. And Silver City perhaps just needed her first back from a Western Cape raid herself, and I'm sure we will see better from her.
Yes, Nate, we start off with King Prawn. Won a nice race last time and made up a lot of ground in the last 400, about 6 lengths odd, and really finished strongly. He's a horse that does look like he's going to want more ground as he gets older, but nice horse. Arabian Blue was a little bit disappointing last time, and she's definitely better than that. Direct Hit, well, she's won 2 from 2 and won the Western Province Nursery in Cape Town, and she really won well that day. And she's, I think, maybe the horse to keep an eye on in this race. She's the first choice. Hot Sauce really won well first time out, and she looks like an exciting filly as well. And then Silver City, she's not far off them. She's had a run after her run in Cape Town and finished just off them, but these horses all looking for a little bit of black top, and hopefully we can get it for them.
Another 5 runners will round up for the yard in the last of the afternoon. A very exciting filly sprint here. All of 3 rocks. Go Check with Love, Love Grass, Ellerix, and Woman of Power will line up to finish for the yard. And Alan, it's hard to split them. I would say that perhaps 3 Rocks and Go Check with Love are the stable favourites. You're welcome to correct me, but all of these horses have done enough to suggest that they can get a look in.
Yeah, no, it's very fortunate to have a bunch of fillies that all sprint, and these races don't come on around that often, so we've got to take the opportunity when they arise. 3 Rocks, well, she's been dying for a 1200 on the grass last time out. It rained, they moved to Polly. It's not her favourite surface, and she went from being a huge runner to being just another runner. Only beaten 2 lengths that day. Go Check with Love, well, she's really found a rich vein of form, and her and Charles get on really well, and she'll really love the 1200 again, and she can hold her own. Lovegrass, never far off them. Likewise with Ellerix, won well last time and was just, knocking at the door, going back 1 or 2 runs. And then Woman of Power, not far off Ellerix, not far off Go Check with Love. It's a tough race to call, but I think that anyone, if everything goes right, they've got a chance. If something goes wrong, or one's got to be, a little bit of a misfortune, she'll count them out. But they definitely all with a chance here. I'd be hard to split. I think Richard had a hard time trying to pick the ride here.
I definitely can empathise with that. Some very, very nice fillies. And just to mention, we are standing in the box of ever-patient Lovegrass here. So let's see what she can do on Friday. But in total, a really nice lineup for the yard, and we will be watching with great interest.